Blake! She must fall. She must die to the hands of Pikachu. Who'd win? Leave your comments down below. If you guys really want to support this channel, I suggest head over to our Patreon page, check out our weekly awards. I don't do monthly awards. Heck no, I offer you guys weekly awards. Well, hello my friends, and welcome back to All Ages of Geek TV. Or you could call it, this is the new nickname that we're coming up for you geeks out there. This is the name, this is the shortened name for it. It's either AG or OG. OG TV. I kind of like AG. Wait, no. Which one? Is it AG? Okay, we'll settle this. Okay? Derek, who is the host of the Three Amigos and also our editor, says it should be AG, but I say it should be OG. I don't know. So it's either AG TV or OG TV. That's like what we're going to be calling it from now on because that's the shortened names and everything. But anyway, hi. Welcome back to the channel. This channel is all about spreading fandom positivity and uniting the geeks of all ages, which is necessary because as our name, All Ages of Geek. People tend to get it confused that we just do all age content, but in fact, Blake is still falling. In fact, we do all age content. But that doesn't necessarily mean that all of our content is just for kids, you know? Some people think all ages means just for kids, but no, our content ranges from 0 to 100, so everyone can enjoy it. And our goal is to unite the geeks of all ages in a fandom and spread that fandom, sweet fandom positivity everywhere. Guys, we are in deep waters. That kind of means that the last episode, you got to see everyone's abilities. And I also met my twin, Coco, as you see on the screen right now. We are twins. I'm gonna cosplay as her. I'm gonna make sure this is literally me in RWBY form. Yes. I would love to see if you guys make any like fan art or anything, you know, like what you think I would look like in RWBY form. Make it happen. But anyway, RWBY got off on a whole wild ride for me. A totally different place now because of that battle. When it was chapter 11, I think chapter 11 was when I like sold it for me that RWBY's going towards different directions. You know, it's not gonna be 100% whimsical all the time. It's not gonna be funny or cute all the time. Like as I've noticed, there's the heartwarming moments, but that was a dark moment, and it was because of the sirens. It was because of the alarms that were going off. That freaked me the frig out. That freaked me out so much that I was like, okay, we ain't safe. But we're going on to volume 3 now. And as I always like to do, just a few announcements. Be sure to follow us on Twitch because other than our RWBY content, all of our other content will be streamed there live first. And if you want the front seat in the audience, and if you want to become part of the audience, be sure to follow us on Twitch because everything else, rather than just the RWBY reactions, everything else will be live. And I love live streaming. So much fun. I love interacting with you guys. I'm also doing streams Monday through Friday. It's gonna start 9 a.m. in the morning, my time, EST, so look it up what time that is for you. Start 9 a.m. to the morning, then after that it'll run to 9 to 11, there'll be a break in between, and then it'll go back to 2 to 5. So I'm doing the all day type of stream, and there's gonna be a lot of content in store for you guys there, such as like watch-a-thons, learning how to play LOL, League of Legends, am I right? But there's gonna be a lot of content there, and if you wanna be part of the live audience, be sure to follow us on Twitch there. Subs obviously get like emotes and everything, and the majority of our content that will be on Twitch we're going to upload onto YouTube. So some uploads might be really short, like we might cut like things up, or it might just be the entirety of the entire chunk of the live stream for you guys. So there's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of content, and Blake is just going all over the place. But yeah, RWBY is in a new direction for me. I can't wait to see how they direct this and write it and just put it all together because those sirens, I could talk about that for hours. And one of our streams every single Wednesday, our Wednesday streams won't be on Twitch, they will be on Patreon. So if you want to help fund the channel, we'll also get extra live content, hang out with me and the team whenever we're on. I just need to talk about that. You know, I need to talk about like volume 2, chapter 11, because what we're gonna do is for like team streams, I'll have like some of the team members come on. We can talk about that because Derek who is our editor and also like one of the hosts of Three Amigos. He caught up to certain amounts of RWBY, and I'm like, don't you freaking spoil me. But I need to talk about that because chapter 11 really sold it for me. That is when it 100% sold it for me. So I know there's gonna be those moments in RWBY where it sells it for you, where it like makes you be like, this is going into a different direction. This is where it should be going. And I know where I am standing with this series already. I love it so far. I'm hoping it keeps up the hype throughout the volumes. But overall, that freaked me out. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, it scared me. That sound effect was, and it's like, cause you felt that moment, like they were passed out, and suddenly there's a freaking breach of the Grim everywhere. Oh, these poor innocent people. And how it was from Ruby's perspective. She wakes up, and suddenly she's like, she sees the innocent people being attacked. And in that moment, she kind of felt like, in a way, helpless, because it was like, wow, look what we just did. And yeah, they took care of it and everything, but you felt that moment, that emotion that she was going through. So, like, even though, if I'm being honest, it really freaked me out. Like, cause you felt it from her perspective. You honestly, and I was like, oh my God. One of the best moments so far. But anyway, today we're going to be doing RWBY Volume 3, World of Remnant number 1. And as you know, I liked for these World of Remnants to be separate so then we could discuss them later on. But my review of Volume 2 will be coming out soon, probably by next week. But, whew, you guys said I'm not ready for Volume 3. That's the thing. That's what's freaking me out. I'm like, if I wasn't ready for that moment in Chapter 11, I'm not gonna be ready for anything else. Cause no, like you can feel this right now. Like I can't even talk about that because it was the noise, it was the sound effect, it was the way it was directed, and I'm like, this is perfection. This is how it was just, okay. Shut up, Cat. Talk about the sirens later on. Let us react to RWBY Volume 3, World of Remnant number 1. Let's go. Vytal Festival Tournament.
It all began, as most things do, with war.
Oh, that sounds great.
The kingdoms of the world had been locked in a violent struggle for years.
Ooh, look at that animation.
But eventually, the Great War of Remnant came to an end on the small island of Vytal.
Huh.
It was here that humanity's leaders chose peace over bloodshed and constructed the future of modern society.
Oh, yay!
Establishing new laws, new academies, and new traditions.
We're all friends now.
The Vytal Festival was created to serve as a celebration of peace between the kingdoms.
Oh, cool.
Every 2 years, a kingdom would be chosen to open its doors to
I
the
got
world,
this lore!
allowing citizens from every corner of Remnant to meet and indulge in one another's cultures.
Oh my God, this lore!
The pinnacle of this event was the Vytal Festival Tournament.
Ooh, this animation too. Ooh.
After the newly formed Huntsman Academies
I like how they
proved to be
glow.
a success, the Vytal Festival Tournament was designed to test the strengths of the kingdom's warriors in a safe and friendly competitive environment.
As long as it's friendly.
A method in which to ensure that the world's huntsmen would never settle for mediocrity, but would constantly strive to become the absolute best they could be.
Nice. Oh, this lore.
As the skills of the huntsmen grew, so did the games. And in time, it was decided that the tournament would need a stage equal in greatness to that of its competitors.
Ooh.
Amity Coliseum was the culmination of the Four Kingdoms' efforts, a technological marvel and a shining symbol of harmony, capable of making the journey to all the kingdoms of Remnant.
So
It's
cool.
true that all of this began with war. But it is peace that has served to shepherd humanity on its ascension to greatness.
Oh, wow. Wow. See, it's like something that could pain you, something that you could go
May
through.
we never stray from that path.
Ooh. Okay, my friends. So first of all, it's true that some things may start with war, but I like to believe in life that there's always a silver lining. To give you an example, if you're going through something really terrible in your life, okay, and you feel like it is the end, and if there is like a war between you and like relatives or friends or anything, and you feel like nothing that you do can solve it, there will always be a silver lining for this. Instead of them fighting and continuously fighting, they kind of in a way formed this type of treaty with each other. They kind of formed peace. And to celebrate that, they have that ceremony, they have this festival to bring everyone together, and which I think is a very good idea, because not only does it remind like the newcomers of each of the academies about their history and their rich in history and what it took for them to get where they are today, but it allows them to also learn about different types of cultures and learn about different types of like where the people came from, and in a way, this is our academy, what did you guys learn differently? So it lets them expand their knowledge from what they know based on just within their own academies. So I think it's pretty awesome that RWBY again is touching on this. Again, the subject of war is very, very touchy. A lot of people try to avoid that, but in RWBY, they're not. And what you guys said to me like months ago was saying, again, with the whole dinner table thing, where you people avoid to talk about these things at the dinner table, but RWBY literally just shoves it in your face, which I love. My favorite topic in school was history because of the lore. I love history. I love learning about different types of histories because it's a story. It's an overall type of story that how people, like certain people, how to write them. Like people couldn't, like how they write certain history books. Like some of them, it's like, I remember some of them were really boring because of the way it was written. But when it has that rich type of lore written way, where it's jam-packed with that lore, it keeps it interesting. I mean, that was like flying colors with that. I was literally just like one of the best in my class when it came to history and English because I love the stories. I love listening and learning and asking the question why, like I always do. So to learn about how RWBY has that jam-packed with that much lore and how it's literally saying to us that, wow, they went to war, but now they are at peace. And like, again, how they narrated that moment where it's like, everything, it started with war. It started with war. But then over time, they had that silver lining that pushed them forward outside of the war boundaries. And like they made anew. So something that was tragic had that silver lining and boom, look what they're doing now. And they're thriving. So hopefully like the different regions always get along with each other. Hopefully they never go through war again. But in war, there comes change. And with change, there are new horizons. And with new horizons, there are new possibilities. So it's always like this circle of life type of thing where it's like one thing may be bad, you gotta keep that type of balance with the good and the bad, but at the same time, the bad will like be triumphed over by the good, and then the good will then again continue that cycle to make sure that it's an ever-changing type of thing where like everything is like kind of in a way constant and constantly changing, but also making sure that the world moves on and the world adapts to that change. So hopefully that these girls, never have to experience this type of war with the other regions. Or it could be history repeats itself and over time they have to. Again, with me, I could talk about this for hours, which as you guys, you love RWBY, so I know you guys don't mind, but at the same time too, and I don't want to talk too much because usually I end up figuring out plot holes and I don't want to end up spoiling myself. Like, just to let you guys know, I never watched Star Wars ever in my life, and that is filled with so much lore, and that's another thing that I would love to get into on the channel and also on Twitch and everything, because again, there's so much lore to it. Anything that has a lot of lore to it, I want to talk about it. I want to know why. I want to ask the characters why. We will be continuing more World of Remnant throughout the, as I learn all about this throughout our entirety of our journey on RWBY, because every volume, I think there might be World of Remnant for every volume. I'm not sure. Again, I'm still catching up. I want to give a big thank you to all of our patrons who literally made a list for me to follow along and what I should be reacting to first before moving on to the rest of the series. You guys are awesome. Thank you, my fam. Thank you, the mafia of this channel. You delivered it. You delivered it. You protected it. Oh man, but thank you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing day. You stay weird, you stay wonderful, and you stay awesome, my friends. Until next video, embrace your fangirl and you're a fanboy every single day. Bye guys.